Hello! Today we're gonna look at the transcendental argument, which there are many, but we're gonna look at one of them. And you see, the transcendental argument for the existence of a God is one of the most popular and probably one of the best arguments, or at least it is usually considered to be one of the best arguments for the existence of a God. So let me present to you a transcendental argument that might just make you blow your mind, or it might make you feel like I am having a stroke. But hey, both of those are in their own way a positive thing. So let us begin. Now, let's start with the idea. And this idea is that, well, everything is an idea. Absolutely everything. You see, the idea that something can surpass being just an idea is an idea. And so, well, if you do think of it, well, is materia even real? Or is materia just an idea? I mean, you can say that, well, I can touch this, and surely it's materia because I can touch it, but is that just an idea? An idea that because you can touch something it somehow turns into materia instead of just being an idea of a wall? And so, if we are to accept this claim that, well, things are always ideas, we must ask, well, what is the requirement for an idea? Well, probably a mind, because ideas cannot really exist without a mind, now can they? And well, thus far we haven't proven really anything. I mean, wow, there is ideas. Well, yeah, humans have a mind, and ideas like logic and everything else can exist in the human mind, so what? But hey, what if we were to say that, well, there needs to be a mind beyond the human mind? Now that would be quite similar to something like a deity. And so, how can we argue for that? Well, first of all, we can just say that you need the idea of something before it can actually exist. So, for example, if you're to write a book, you need to first have an idea of what you're gonna write down before you can actually write it down. You can never go and draw anything without you ever actually first thinking of drawing something. You see, everything is an idea before it is a reality. And so, for even the human mind to exist, there first has to be a prior idea of a human mind before the human mind can exist. And well, of course, if the human mind has to have that kind of a condition, which would mean that there is a mind beyond the human mind. Because of course, for the human mind to come into existence, there would be first need to be an idea of a human mind. But the idea of a human mind cannot exist within the human mind, because that would mean that the idea of a human mind came after the human mind. And that's not possible. There has to be a mind with the idea of a human mind before the human mind. And now we'll get into something like a deity. Some kind of cosmic mind which can observe everything in this existence, which has a knowledge of all ideas in existence, in a way that would be an all-knowing mind. And so if there is this one big cosmic mind that everything originates in, because everything has to be an idea before it can be a reality, and well, reality itself is an idea. And so if this cosmic mind is to exist, well, that would quite simply be a god, a deity, now wouldn't it? It would quite logically follow that if there is a cosmic, grand, transcendental mind, whatever, that would be a god. Now that would really make sense, now wouldn't it? Now, a counter argument would be, well, if this is to be the case, then in which mind does the idea of that mind exist in? Because the idea cannot come after the reality of that. So this cosmic real mind shouldn't exist before the idea of that cosmic mind, right? I mean, the same way with the human mind. The human mind, before it could come into existence, had to be an idea. And so, we need that cosmic mind. But what about the cosmic mind? This cosmic mind also would require the same, right? I mean, this cosmic mind had to be an idea before it was an actual thing, right? Well, you see, you cannot have an infinite regression, which means that at some point you cannot have a mind be just, there has to be an original mind. And well, what this original mind has to be like, well, it might be something like the Trinity. Because if you think about it, if we have one cosmic great mind that observes everything, then it would make sense that for something like that to exist, there has to be something like the Trinity, which is that within this mind there is three persons which can then observe each other as ideas, and that is the only way that this, cosmic mind can exist as independent and without it requiring another greater mind beyond it. And well, that could very well explain why we need something like the Trinity of the Christian religion to even have this cosmic mind, because that is the only way to avoid there just being an infinite regression of a mind that observes the mind and so on. And so, because you cannot create the idea of yourself, just like the human mind cannot create the human mind and that idea, this mind, this cosmic mind, requires a trinity of sorts for it to exist, because it cannot create its own idea either, and so it needs the three persons in this one mind for it to exist, for it to create the idea of itself. But hey, that was a lot of ideas now, wasn't it? But anyway, hope you got some cool ideas to think about, and thanks for watching, and have a great day.